back to HeartStrings. And just like that, we've arrived at the final week of March. This month, we've been on a quiet journey together. In the first week, we cleared space, we opened the windows of our hearts and dusted off the things we no longer needed. Then we planted seeds, small beginnings, tiny steps toward the life we hope to grow into. Last week, we talked about the messy middle, the part of growth that feels tangled and uncertain, but it's necessary all the same. And now we arrive at the bloom. There's something beautiful about the moment a flower finally opens. All the work, all that work that happened beneath the soil, hidden, patient, unseen, suddenly becomes visible. But blooming doesn't happen in a hurry, you know? It happens because the seed stayed in the soil long enough. Because the roots kept growing. Because the plants trusted the process. Do you see where I'm going with this? Your partner. You're learning. You're adapting. You're seeing new behavioral patterns that you're not used to. Things do not change overnight. Change occurs because the seed stayed in the soil long enough. It required patience and trust in the process. So a loving relationship doesn't occur overnight. It requires certain kind of work and patience, understanding and patience, communication and patience. In many, many ways, just like the plant, the flower, the hidden, unseen work, our lives are the same. Have you ever noticed how a sunflower grows? It doesn't turn to the flower next to it and ask, am I yellow enough? It doesn't compare its petals or worry if it's blooming too slow. It simply turns its face toward the sun and opens. Blooming isn't about being better than anyone else. It's about allowing yourself to take up the space you were meant to occupy. And yet, so many of us hesitate to bloom. We stay like tightly closed buds, small, careful, safe. Not because we lack beauty, but because we are afraid of what people might say when we finally show our colors. We worry about being misunderstood, about being judged, about shining too brightly in a world that sometimes teaches us to shrink. So we dim ourselves, we hide our strength, we downplay our progress, we celebrate everyone else while quietly ignoring our own growth. But here's something worth remembering: standing in your light, or standing in your own light, isn't arrogance, it's honesty. It's recognizing the journey you've walked, the lessons you've learned, the strength it took to get here. You've faced things people don't even know about. You've had days where simply getting out of bed felt like an accomplishment. You've carried responsibilities, healed from mistakes, and kept moving forward even when it wasn't easy. That deserves recognition. When you allow yourself to bloom, something beautiful happens. You give others permission to do the same. Your confidence becomes encouragement. Your courage becomes inspiration. Your light becomes a quiet reminder that everyone deserves to stand tall in their own story. The world doesn't need you to be smaller, it needs your specific shade of light. Your voice, your perspective, your presence. Because blooming is simply saying, "This is who I am. I have grown, I have learned, and I am still becoming." So, as we close out March, I want you to do something many of us find surprisingly difficult. Give yourself a genuine compliment, a real compliment. Not silently in your head. Say it out loud. Tell a friend. Write it down. Post it somewhere people can see. Compliment yourself. It may sound something like, "I'm proud of how far I have come," or "I've handled that situation with more grace than I used to." Or even you may say, "I love the way my mind works." Just for today, don't shrink. Don't brush it off. Stand in your own light. You've earned that moment. And as March comes to a close, I want to thank you for growing with me, for clearing space, for planting seeds, for embracing the mess, and for allowing yourself to bloom. Growth is not a destination, it's a rhythm. It's a season that continues unfolding, one small moment at a time. And that is why we are here, to remind you when you forget that you are special. I am Michipi, your relationship therapist. And this is HeartStrings, a podcast for love, relationship, and everything in between. Until next time, keep tending to your heart. Stay blessed.